All right, so I know I've done this review already, but I thought it would be kind of fun and to do this as a video with a friend of mine who was kind of against the idea of reading this book. I distinctly remember, and that is for after a long time hiatus, my good friend TheReaManos. Manos, how the hell are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you back. It's been months, almost a year even that I've had you on the channel.
Oh, that's right. Man, I have been slacking off. My apologies. So to you and to your viewers, sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. We forgive you. We forgive you here. You're a good Schmendler.
Excellent. Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, we're going to be talking about doing a re-review, or in my case, re-review of Daniel Warren Johnson's Wonder Woman: Dead Earth. And Manos, I actually remember distinctly on social media saying like, "Hey, how about you read this comic? It's really damn good." And you were like, "I'm not into post-apocalyptic stories." I talked to you like a couple weeks ago. As a wellness check, we're not going to go into full details.
Yep.
And I said, hey, how about you read Wonder Woman: Dead Earth? And you're like, I think I'll do that. So I want to know, like, your moments before, like, your time before not wanting to read it to now liking it, like, your general thoughts, like, to wanting to read it.
Yeah, well, my general policy right now of post-apocalyptic stories is boredom. I don't care for them. And, so when someone goes, oh, hey, post-apocalyptic blah, 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 I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. My eyes roll, I'm not interested. And that was my first gut reaction to Wonder Woman: Dead Earth, the announcement of that book. And then I heard, like, Daniel Warren Johnson was doing it. It's like, oh, that guy's art's pretty good. But, I'm not sticking around. I'll wait for him to do something I like. Okay, darn, he did a wrestling book. I don't care about wrestling. Did post-apocalyptic story. I don't care about that. Oh, wait, Transformers. And he did Transformers. And I fucking love his Transformers book.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think the Energon universe has just been kick-ass.
Fantastic. And I saw also Comic Pop did a really glowing review of this book.
Yeah. Can I just say with Comic Pop, how did Sal marry Tiffany?
I don't know.
Like, Sal, like, no knock against Sal. I mean, big ups, but like,
yeah,
he's as Ethan put it one time, you're such a bitter human being.
Well, maybe she has a level of bitterness that we don't see on camera. Like, maybe she hides that better than he does.
Yeah, Sal's vocal with his displacement.
A lot of something I've really grown to really love about Comic Pop is a lot of Sal's takes. Sal's a little younger than me, but a lot of his takes are very hauntingly familiar to my takes on a lot of Marvel and DC characters, and that's only endeared me to him and to the channel. But anyway, he was like hardcore promoting this, and the art I've seen looked gorgeous. Some of the story, some of the bits from the story, like, got out and sounded really cool. So by the time you and I started talking about it, and you brought up, if I remember correctly, you brought Dead Earth up?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Okay. I'm in a position to be nudged into getting it. This $30 comic. I did have to wait a couple of days because I had to take I had to take my car in for a repair. And it's like, well, I got a haircut, car repair. Let me wait a few days for my next paycheck. So I picked it up, and yeah, it's everything I have been told about this this book. It's well, first off, I mean, excluding the story, the art is gorgeous. This could have been about any kind of like fantasy setting. another planet, whatever. This art, the detail on the characters and the monsters and the world, is just stunning. And we have these occasional 2-page spreads of the landscape, and these action sequences with Wonder Woman fighting these giant mutated Amazons. And the scene with the Jeep is amazing. The shot of Themyscira in ruins. It's just so gorgeous. And and I love how he is able to bring onomatopoeias into the art. He makes it part of the art. It just doesn't leave room for it and just puts it in like most anybody else, really.
Yeah.
That really distinguishes his art for a lot of people. Good Lord, this guy is just he put so much work into it. I'm stunned that he was able to give Transformers 5-6 issues, because it's obvious how much work he puts into every page. And with that said, it also stands on the writing as well.
Yeah.
Because it has a bit of a mystery to it, which I enjoy. We take Wonder Woman and Superman are the two most optimistic characters in a supposedly optimistic world of the DC universe, and to take one of them, to take both of them really with this story, and have the world fall apart around them, and see where they go, and how they meet the challenges, is fascinating. And Wonder Woman is such a character, despite the fact that he has Diana do some hardcore shit in this book. Despite that, her humanity, and love, and all the things that make her are here. Didn't forget all those things. Bruce Timm, I think, keeps forgetting about this part of Wonder Woman's character whenever he works with her in animation. He knows the badass warrior part, but he never kind of figures out the other half of her.
Yeah.
And a few other writers are like that too. And I think he really does find this balance. And a balance in the most extreme circumstances, like a post-apocalyptic, people are dying left and right. There's no society left, and her world is destroyed as well.
Yeah, and
it is possible, and it of course, spoilers. It's partly her fault. I don't fully blame her. It's not fully her fault, and I know she takes full responsibility in this, and some characters do blame her for the end of the world, but I feel like this is a world that was just escalating out of control, and she made the choices she felt she had to, and things were just out of hand, and everybody was out of hand. Superman is out of hand, the president, the Amazons, everybody just didn't know when to take their foot off the brake.
Yeah, and I think
foot off the escalator.
I think
pedal.
Yeah, I do think that that's the best way to put it, is that no one knew how to take the foot off the pedal, and it's just also, this book is a perfect example that you can do DC Black Label titles without Batman and they'd be good.
I know, holy shit.
Yeah, you don't need to see Batman. You don't need to see Bat-Dick.
He is in this book very briefly, and it's very nicely done. The image, what's one of the things that really stuck me when I pulled this out?
Yeah.
And I started reading it was the image of Batman's corpse on the couch in Wayne Manor. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it really does feel like sort of reference to Bill Finger. Because Bill Finger was found dead on a couch.
You know what? I did think about that, and I was thinking about like that's too intentional. You know.
I mean, it's one of the. I'll be honest. It's one of those things that could be or just coincidence. But boy, man, knowing what I know, it just feels like a reference to that.
Yeah.
And when we go back to that, I love that scene where Batman takes care of everything he needs to do, like reviving Wonder Woman, taking her back to the Batcave to recover in the tube.
Yeah.
You know, pours himself a drink and just sits on the couch and just waits. And that's all you can do in that kind of situation. I love that scene. I feel terrible for like her and Superman because her and Superman, you know, in other stories, they have been at odds in this kind of situation. Like I was reminded of New Frontier.
Yeah.
But this of course was carried to its most horrible conclusion,
like the nth degree, and
yes.
it's so crazy to see that the two most optimistic characters in the DC universe had a fight so big it ended the world.
Yeah, good lord. And it only makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, and I will say that Daniel Warren Johnson does a great job of putting so much action, like just some like that. It's just an absolute metal scene of Diana charging into battle with with the skull and spine of Superman wrapped around her lasso. But at the same time, there's just this big emotional moment with I killed what is essentially the closest thing I ever had to a brother in a fit of rage. Like it's that same comic.
Yeah. And it's not done. God, it's not done.
Tastelessly.
Like it's such a hardcore moment. It doesn't need any extra dressing to make it more hardcore. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
He knows when to, Daniel Warren Johnson really knows how to like have like a moment be like just sit there and let it affect us, and it can even be quiet, and then he just goes into like rampage mode.
Perfect example of that is in his Transformers run where Optimus accidentally steps on that deer and he just has this like, I'm sorry.
Yes. He understands when you do stuff, even the craziest, most metal stuff, that like happens in his books, and specifically this one, he understands the humanity is what makes this stuff so crazy. And it almost, there's some things about it that almost kind of remind me of some of Miyazaki's like post-apocalyptic stuff, where the conclusion isn't so much to just beat the bad guy, it's just to stop the fighting. And we have this cool action shit to get to that. That's what it's about. And it's all about like the relationship. In the end, the final confrontation is between Diana and Hippolyta, and they've been pushed into such horrible different directions. And that last scene between the two of them is just like heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like Diana's last line, like, you'll always have me. And it's this full page spread of like all this destruction, carnage, and like all the mutated Amazons are dead, and humans that are dead. Hippolyta's gone into the sea. And it's just, I don't know, and then we have several pages afterwards to really kind of like, create the rebuilding of it. And I really do love that she rebuilds humanity, on Themyscira. It remains to be the home.
Yeah, I really do appreciate that. And I'm sorry to interrupt. I just
Oh no, no, and it ends in such a like an optimistic note. Like, yeah, Diana's like talking to I forgot this character's name. D. Talking to D and like asking, "Will you help me?" You know, she's also you know, the reader point of view is, you know, D's point of view, so she's directly approaching the audience. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I know that might be a weird thing to say about Dead Earth, but you know, I was really moved by this. I think there's so much emotion. I mean, a lot of people can focus on like the action and the gore, which is spectacular, but like, you know, the emotion to me is like what sells it. You know,
I think that's
it makes all this so much stronger than if it was just stupid shit.
I think that's what helps sell it, is that, you know, it's just like all this uber violence, then you have these great character moments. It's, again, you mirror that in his Transformers run. The only time I didn't see it like ever really like it was just him full throttle going full dumb is his Jurassic League comic.
Is that the wrestling book?
No, Jurassic League. The Jurassic League is like DC dinosaurs.
Oh, okay. That's probably just him having fun.
Yeah, that one is him having fun. Do a Powerbomb is the wrestling comic, and it actually has got a lot of heart to it. I'm not even a wrestling fan, and I really enjoy. It's like it's very much. Like I'm convinced Invincible Fight Girl took some notes from Do a Powerbomb.
I have like not to get too far off topic, talking about Invincible Fight Girl, but Invincible Fight Girl does have that vibe, and it also reminds me of OKKO, Let's Be Heroes.
Yeah, that same for me.
And a little Kill la Kill, and I don't know, it just feels like if I had a conversation with its creator, I could probably guess like 5 of their inspirations.
Absolutely.
And I would probably be maybe 3 out of 5 right. Yeah, but getting back to this, like, it's really gorgeous. I don't know if I want a sequel to this, because it does end
on a sequel note
of being a sequel. I'd rather it not. I don't know what your feelings are, but
I would be fine with either
Dead Earth
universe. I wouldn't mind a sequel, but I wouldn't want. But I don't like necessarily like need it. I wouldn't mind one, but I wouldn't need it. Like, what else can you do? Like, it would be cool to see like Daniel Warren Johnson do apocalyptic versions of the other Wonder Woman villains. Like like I would love to see what he would do with Giganta or Silver Swan or Dr. Psycho.
Yeah, there's a couple of like throwaway lines about how the government hunted down other heroes, and the ones that could escape into different universes or worlds did, which is pretty believable. Like, if I was one of the Green Lanterns or one of the New Gods, or some character that could, you know, go to another planet, that would probably be my reaction.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is done.
This is my cue to skidoo.
Yeah, look, if you have an option to go to another universe or planet, go. I don't know. I kind of like that idea, but this really, yeah, I don't know. It's a Wonder Woman story, and yeah, it does feature Superman and Batman, but it like does a really great job at sticking to the character, not overly depending on her other universe friends.
Yeah, it feels like a Wonder Woman story. It's like it gets her core value. It's like you said earlier. Like, I think people forget that like Diana's she wants to help people and not cut their heads off all the time.
Yeah, she is definitely in between. I often like put her kind of her philosophies in between Superman and Batman. She will like, I don't know, maybe not putting it that way, like, because I don't know, I think she's the more practical of the 3 sometimes. Which is one of the things that's really appealed to me about the character, is like she will do her best because she has like ultimate power. She will do her best not to kill people, and she understands some villains are the way they are because their lives and not being able to take a chance, and she will give them chance after chance. But in battle, like if it's you or me, it's gonna be you. Like she won't, like, in battle, like there's a different rule. Like if you gotta die, you gotta die. But I will like do everything I can not to get to that point. Versus Superman and even Batman, that will do everything they can not to kill a character. She, has a limit. I have kind of like put her on like a short list of heroes like Goku and Steven Universe and maybe Luffy, who will like do their best not to kill you.
It's the fuck around and find out class.
What's that?
It's the fuck around and find out class.
Yeah. It's like, hey, if you stop fighting, I'll put my hand out. We'll be friends. But if you keep trying, you might get killed.
Yeah.
I think that's the kind of character I really do like a lot.
Yeah. I really can't say much about this book that hasn't already been said. It's a great story. It's a great Wonder Woman story. It's arguably one of the best Black Label books.
Coincidentally, my two favorite are the Wonder Woman books. Like I like Kelly Sue DeConnick's. Let's see, I think it's called Historia. That was really good.
Yeah.
And this is good on a different. This is doing a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But this is equally as good.
Yeah.
And
Daniel Warren Johnson's this is the book that made me go. I started with what the first book I noticed him in. I was like, a Beta Ray Bill miniseries he did.
That's right. I forgot he did that.
Yeah. Which was really awesome. But this solidified. Dead Earth solidified, and yes, anything with him is awesome.
Yes.
Well, that and Jurassic League, but that's just my monkey brain going, yeah, dinosaur go punch.
And yeah, that's all you need. But yeah, this stuff is really amazing. Like the copy of the hardcover I got, like, has the cover gallery, and like all these look amazing. Like how many issues was this? Was this 4 issues?
Yeah, it was 4 books.
Okay. I'm really grateful I got this hardcover. I don't usually buy hardcovers of something that I'm like unfamiliar with, but I felt pretty confident when I picked this up. And like it's also really big. Like this is one of those like deluxe size books, so you can really enjoy the art. I do usually avoid books like this because where the fuck am I going to put it? Like it's going to be too tall. It's going to be too tall for my shelf. I can't put it in a box. But this was definitely worth it. Like this. Oh man.
I think the art, like it being over.
Shot of I know you can't see this, but this shot of the Fortress of Solitude with all these skeletons and signs that say "Save us" and "Come back" is just heartbreaking. It's just stunning.
Yeah. And I think oversized is a problem, but at the same time, like you'd be cheated if it was a smaller book.
Correct. I think so.
Yeah.
I think you could get away with it in a small book. We'll see if We'll see if the DC does one of those digests.
Yeah.
For that. Which is in the opposite direction, which I actually like that choice a lot. I like the fact that they're doing that. Let's see. There's I guess a little off topic. I really like the DC digest size. What are they calling those?
I think they are called DC Digest.
Or something like that. Yeah, I like that series. I hope they keep doing that. Marvel is doing the Epic collections, which I really love.
They're just super fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive. They're a little pricey. So, like, I don't have a ton of them, but I'm really glad they're making them.
Yeah.
It would be nice. I would like Marvel to rip off the digest thing. That would be nice.
I think they are. I think next year they're going to start doing that.
Done. Awesome. Sold.
Yeah. Well,
I would love that.
Well, I think if we're just talking in circles, if you haven't already, if you didn't check out my first review, go check out the book. Yeah, just it's a fucking awesome book. And Manos, thank you so much. I'm glad you love the book.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for inviting me. It's nice talking about Wonder Woman again. And thank you for suggesting the book. I was, like I said at the beginning of the video, I was kind of like on the edge of getting it, and all I needed was a push, and you gave me that push, and I'm really glad I did, because, man, what a great piece of work. I would definitely put this in an easy top 10 of Wonder Woman stories.
Absolutely.
So, fantastic work.
Yeah. But yeah, after this re-review, you guys tell us if you've finally read Wonder Woman Dead Earth. What'd you guys think of it? Manos, thank you so much for being on here. And other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.